Hey guys, welcome back to Chit Chat Tuesday. Okay, so today, as you can see, we are talking about Sherri Papini. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If you guys like me talking about true crime or current events or stuff like that, let me know and I'll actually sit down and do in-depth research and all of that before I film, instead of just kind of giving my opinion and stuff. I'll give you more of an in-depth description as well. I can link some stuff that will give you all the info you need about Sherri Papini if you've somehow missed this. But today we're just going to chit chat about it. And I'm just going to give my opinion and all that stuff. So, if you don't know, Sherri Papini is a woman that faked her own kidnapping. She gone girled everybody, okay? She staged it all to appear like she had been abducted and and then just showed up 20 something days later, oh my gosh. Okay, so it was 2016. It was November 2016, November 2nd to be exact, when she went missing. She was supposedly on a jog, and oh, I got a hair stuck in my lip gloss. Get out of there. Anyways, she was supposedly on a jog, and while out on said jog, she was approached by a vehicle, and two women were supposedly in this vehicle, and they held a gun to her and told her to get in, and they took her. Okay? So that is what she is alleging. That's what she alleged. Okay? She has now pled guilty to all of her charges, so we don't have to talk about alleged. It's bullshit. Okay? She completely fabricated it. She was, in my opinion, quite racist in her fabrication as well. In talking about, okay, hair, get off. In speaking about the two Hispanic ladies that supposedly abducted her, which wasn't even true. She was at some dude's house that she was kind of seeing at one point, but supposedly they never slept together while she was there. And don't even get me started on this dude, because the fact, and he hasn't been charged with anything as far as I know, to date, but the fact that this guy thought it was perfectly fine that she hide in his apartment, and you scared the shit out of me. My phone just scared the crap out of me. The fact that he thought it was okay that she didn't want to be seen, and she wanted she didn't even want to see the light of day, and she wasn't she was not eating, and she was losing weight. She had him brand her, all of these things. The fact that he just thought this was her being her, just I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just whatever. Are you stupid, sir? Are you an idiot? I think she told him that her husband was beating her or something, and she wanted to run away from him. If that were the case, why would you leave your two children with him? Because yes, they have two children, Violet and Tyler. Ow! Stop biting me! I've got the dogs in here, and Rosie's eating my hand right now. Yeah, they have two children. It is crazy to me. And I kind of wish it had gone to trial. That I'm kind of sad that she just pled guilty and admitted to it, because now we don't get to hear why. No ma'am. No ma'am. Jeez Louise. Now we don't get to know why. She's not gonna go to trial, and no lawyer is going to be like, why did you do it? Can you tell us why? Do you have a reason? We're never going to know. And that is like the craziest thing. It's like, girl, the least you could do is get on a talk show and tell us why exactly you did it. Like, did you want attention? Were people not paying enough attention to you? Were you just bored? You bored stay-at-home mom? You just needed something to do? Did you really like the book or the movie Gone Girl, and you were just like, yeah, I think I'm going to do that? And it's up for debate whether or not her husband, Keith, had anything to do with it. I'm sure there are people that swear he obviously had to have something to do with it. And then, there are people that are like, no, I think he was oblivious and he was just dumb and he had no idea. And she did, did all this, and he was just a victim of this plan that she concocted. But they, I think they ended up getting something like $30,000, maybe $50,000 from a GoFundMe that they had. He used part of the money to pay off credit card debt, which, at first glance you might say like, oh my gosh, like he was, he used the money to pay off his credit cards. But he wasn't working when he was looking for his wife, and he was, out there looking for and like flyers and private investigators and all that stuff. Maybe that's why he racked up credit card bills, and he just like it was related to her being missing, so that's why he used some GoFundMe money to pay it. She alleged that she was chained in a closet. She could get like kind of like a dog leash or a dog run type thing. She said that she did yoga and tried to work out and stay active every day, which I think if I were kidnapped, that would be the least important thing to me. I don't know why. I just feel like I would be more worried about like why they had me, what they were going to do with me and such. She claimed that these women spoke exclusively Spanish. So she only kind of knew what they were talking about most of the time, but then there were other times when she would say that they said so much, like would list all these things that they had said, and so it's up for debate, like were they speaking Spanish or were they not? I mean, now looking at it from what we know, it was all bullshit anyway, so it didn't matter. But she came back with her hair lopped off. She said that one of the women that had abducted her had cut her hair. And I mean, just like the craziest stuff. And I'm just like, again, this guy which I'm not going to say his name because he hasn't been charged with anything. You can look it up. This guy, though, it's like, bro, she's like cutting off her ponytail with a pair of kitchen scissors, and she's like starving herself, losing weight. She's a very small, thin woman to begin with. She's not getting any sunlight. She doesn't want to be seen by any people. You didn't think that any of that was weird? You didn't think it was weird? She's asking you to brand her. You didn't think that was weird? Like, come on, bruh. Really? I call bullshit. That's just me. And then it's like, did you not watch TV? Do you not have a smartphone? Which I'm pretty sure in one article he did say he does not have a TV. And I'm like, first of all, I call bullshit on that too. You're telling me you do not have a smartphone, you do not have a TV, you do not have a radio, because they were only about 7 hours, I think around 7 hours from where she lived. So my guess would be they would still be covering her missing it, a wide area. I mean, this is California. It's not every day that a mom of two goes missing while she's out on a jog. And let's face it, unfortunately, Caucasian women, white women, get the most attention whenever they go missing. So you already know it's blowing up. Oh, this poor little mom of two, this blonde-haired, she might have blue eyes, but I know she has blonde hair. This, poor little blonde white lady went missing. And it is sad. Don't even get me started about the fact that, like, cases like Gabby Petito and stuff like that, when they go missing, blows up. But if you have a black woman, a woman of color, a person of color go missing, Where is it? We have to seek it out to find that information. Like, come on now. Alexis Sharkey, all over the place. Everybody was talking about it. And the sad thing is I can't even name one woman of color off the top of my head that went missing that people were talking about. Not one. So that is something that needs to change, especially like with society and media and all of that stuff. Everyone is important. I don't care what the frick their skin looks like, but I digress. Anyways, you know he had to have seen that somewhere. He had to go out and get her groceries. I mean, I know she wasn't eating very much, but she still was eating something. Hold on, Mama. He claimed that he went to TJ Maxx and got her like sweatpants and like a sweatshirt or whatever, like sweatsuits or whatever. She claimed to wear the same underwear the whole 20-something days she was missing. And it's like, I don't know why she was so hell-bent on having people know that she wore the same pair of underwear the whole time. I have no idea, but it was like mentioned so many times. It's like, why do we care about your underwear, girlfriend? But she was in different clothes whenever she was found. I guess she just up and decided one day, like, hey, bro, I think it's time, you know? And she was found with chains. He didn't think that was weird. He didn't think it was weird when she was like, hey, can you drop me off the side of the highway on an off-ramp, on-ramp, one of the two? And can you just drop me there at like 3 o'clock in the freaking morning? By the way, can you chain me up? Because I need these chains on me, bro. Check you later. Like, he didn't think that was weird. He didn't think that was weird. Red flags are everywhere, dude. Like, the fact that she's, like, hitting herself and putting bruises on herself while she's with you, and she had told you that her husband was supposedly beating her, abusing her, whatnot, and now she's with you and she's bruising herself, like, I would immediately think, is she trying to make it look like I'm doing this to her? I'd be like, no. Get out. We're done here. This shit's getting way too weird for me. Not to mention, he had, like, a cousin and, like, the cousin's spouse that lived close by that claimed to have seen her in the time that she was missing. You know they knew she was missing. Okay? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say something? Like, these are the people, these 3 people are the people you need to tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, because apparently their lips are sealed tight. Tight. No secrets slipping out of there. It's just insane to me. And like I said, I would love to know why. Like, I would love to sit down with her and be like, listen, I will not even share the answer. But just for me, can you tell me why you did this? Can you tell me why you thought it would be a good idea to pretend that you were kidnapped by 2 Hispanic women and supposedly they were going to sell you to a cop? Why would a cop need to buy you? Okay? I'm pretty sure if a cop's going to be corrupt and do dirty things, he could probably just kidnap his own woman. It's called, I don't know, pretend to pull her over, say that you have to put her in your squad car and then take her home. Not to give anybody any ideas or say that a cop should be crooked and do any of this. Obviously, no. But why would he need to buy you? Cops don't make that much. Like, where was he getting all this extra income to buy a woman? That's what I don't even get. Like, I feel like if you were going to come up with some kind of plan, do you see her over here? Do you see her? If you were going to come up with some kind of plan where you were kidnapped and going to be sold, take more time and really just iron out the kinks before you go through with your plan. Her phone and her earbuds were found, or like her, you know, they had a cord, obviously. It was wrapped around her phone. And if you were abducted abruptly, I don't think you would take the time to wrap the cord around your phone and put them gently on the ground. Like, girl, you know you probably have an iPhone. That screen's shattered because you dropped it on the concrete whenever you were startled because they shoved a gun in your face. I mean, she clearly has some issues, I would say, some sort of psychological issues, allegedly, just my opinion, to come up with all of this and do this to herself, like cutting her own hair and hurting herself and branding. She didn't do the branding herself. She had the guy that she was, staying with while she was pretending to be kidnapped or abducted, however you want to put it. She had him do it. But the fact that she just laid there and was like, brand me. And I'm pretty sure the brand was Exodus. It says like Exodus or something. It's not clear why she chose that or what her intentions were. There's so many different, like if you want to do a super deep dive, I suggest you go over to Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts and listen to the Crime Weekly podcast with Stephanie Harlow and Derek Levasseur. They go in depth. I think it's 2 separate videos. They really just like talk about it and go deep into all the little details as much as you can get, really. But I'm curious to know your opinions in the comments down below. First of all, had you heard about this case? Second of all, if you have, why do you think she did it? Like, what do you think her reasoning is? That is like my biggest thing. Like, I don't understand, because I personally don't think it was for money. I think the money was just like a happy accident or a happy bonus that came with her being missing. I honestly think that she wanted to come home and have a Lifetime movie made about her. Like, she was portraying herself as such a badass that she was fighting back and she was trying to escape and she was ripping boards off the windows and she broke her fingernails and she was like, okay, sorry, my camera got too hot and just shut itself off. I think that's its way of telling me to shut up. I kind of lost track of where I was at whenever I was talking. Oh, yeah, she was just portraying herself as such a badass, so I really think that she expected people to want to interview her everywhere. She was going to be famous. She was going to be, a Lifetime movie or a book or something like that. And I don't think it was necessarily about money as much as it was just like attention. But I guess we will never, ever know. That's where you come in. Give me some theories in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this case and about all the craziness. Let me know what you think, guys. I love you. Please don't forget to subscribe before you go. I have many other Chit Chat Tuesdays. If you want to check those out, they will be up here and also linked in the description box down below. I love you guys, and I will see you next Tuesday. Say, see you next Tuesday. Oh, you know what? Back in my day, a C-U-N-T. You know what? A see you next Tuesday. We'll see you next week, guys. Love you. Bye.